What if I told you that every single minute and a half in America, an older adult ends up in the emergency room because of a fall? Falls are one of the top reasons for injury after age 60. And yet, many people still assume that a simple daily walk is enough to keep their legs strong and safe. The surprising truth? While walking is great for your heart and your mood, it does very little to strengthen the muscles and sharpen the reflexes that actually prevent falls. That's why today I'm going to show you 5 exercises that research has proven are more effective than walking for building strength, improving balance, and protecting long-term independence. These movements are easy, safe, and can be done right in your own living room, no equipment required. They come recommended by physical therapists and are carefully designed to support aging muscles and joints. With regular practice, they can make climbing stairs easier, getting up from a chair less of a strain, and help you feel steady and confident even on uneven ground. But before we get started, I want to hear from you. Do you feel your legs are strong enough for everyday life, or do you sometimes notice weakness or balance problems? Type 1 in the comments if you feel confident, or 0 if you have any concerns. We read and respond to every single comment. And while you're here, don't forget to subscribe to the Health Lab channel so you never miss another tip that could transform your health and independence. Among the most powerful yet often ignored ways to stay steady and strong after 60 is the single leg balance exercise. At first glance, it looks almost too easy just standing on one leg, but research proves it has a deep and lasting impact on the body. As we grow older, the messages that travel between the brain, nerves, and muscles begin to slow down. That delay is one of the key reasons falls become more common in later years. A study published in the American Journal of Medicine showed that older adults who couldn't balance on one leg for at least 10 seconds faced a much greater risk of falling and even had shorter life expectancy. Balance is more than just staying upright. It reflects the combined health of your brain, your muscle strength, and your reflex speed. Walking, while great for circulation and mood, does not challenge these systems in the same way. Balancing on one leg forces the body to stabilize in every direction. The smaller muscles of the ankles, hips, and thighs must fire constantly to keep you upright, while the inner ear and vision coordinate with the brain to track your position in space. It's essentially a daily workout for your nervous system. This is why physical therapists recommend it not only for stronger legs, but also for quicker reflexes. Consider Mary, a 8-year-old retired teacher. She loved tending her garden, but often felt unsteady when bending over. One afternoon, she nearly stumbled, stepping off a curb, and her doctor advised her to begin balance training at home. At first, she gripped a chair and managed only 5 seconds. But by practicing day after day, she steadily improved. Within 3 months, she was able to balance for half a minute without holding on. The improvement surprised her. She reported feeling steadier in grocery aisles and more confident carrying laundry baskets. This small exercise gave her back a sense of freedom she thought she had lost. You can begin just as simply: stand near a solid chair or counter, lift one foot a few inches, keep your posture tall, and hold for as long as you comfortably can. Switch sides and repeat 3 times per leg. Even a few seconds counts as progress. Over time, lessen your support, first just one fingertip on the chair, then no help at all. To push yourself further, try closing your eyes or standing on a folded towel to imitate uneven ground. These small variations sharpen your reflexes and strengthen your stability. Breathing is also part of the practice. Many older adults unintentionally hold their breath while balancing. Instead, breathe in slowly, exhale fully, and notice how calm and strong your body feels. Balance training isn't only about preventing falls. It also teaches you to remain composed under pressure. A few minutes each day is enough to rewire your nervous system and build long-term protection. Imagine the reassurance of knowing that a stumble on a rug or a slip on a wet floor won't send you tumbling down. That is the power of single leg balance. And as valuable as this exercise is, the next one may surprise you even more because it transforms climbing stairs into a safe and focused way to rebuild strength. At first glance, step-ups may seem like nothing more than climbing onto a low stair, yet they are one of the safest and most effective ways to restore strength after 60. This exercise directly targets the quadriceps, glutes, and calves, the very muscles you depend on whenever you stand up from a chair, carry a heavy bag, or go up a staircase. Unlike walking, which keeps you moving on flat ground, step-ups introduce a vertical challenge that builds both power and coordination. A study published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning revealed that older adults who practice step-ups 3 times a week improved their leg strength and walking speed by more than 20% within just 3 months. Gains like that can mean the difference between moving with confidence or struggling through daily routines. What sets step-ups apart is that they also elevate the heart rate slightly, providing a cardiovascular boost while strengthening the legs. In one simple movement, you build endurance, balance, and lower body strength all at once. To keep it safe, the step should be low about 6 to 8 inches, no higher than the first step of a staircase. This protects the knees while still challenging the muscles. Therapists often recommend beginning with a solid step platform or a sturdy block. By moving slowly and with control, you protect your joints while teaching your body to work as a unit. Take George, a 70-year-old retired mail carrier. Despite walking daily, he found himself out of breath. After climbing the 2 flights of stairs to his apartment, his doctor suggested step-ups at home. George started on a small step in his living room, holding onto a chair for balance. At first, he could only manage a handful of reps per leg. But after a few weeks, his stamina grew, and within 2 months, he no longer had to pause halfway up the stairs. He told me it felt like regaining part of his independence. You can start just as safely, place one foot completely on a low step, press firmly through the heel, bring the other foot up, then step down with control. Repeat 10 times on each leg. Keep a chair or countertop nearby for support. Once you feel stable, increase the number of repetitions rather than raising the step height. Later, if you want more challenge, add light weights in your hands, but always keep good form as your top priority. Consistency makes the difference. Performed correctly, step-ups build strength, sharpen, balance, and support heart health. Every time you climb into a car, step onto a bus, or carry laundry upstairs, you repeat the same motion. By practicing step-ups, those everyday tasks become easier, safer, and less tiring. This seemingly ordinary exercise quietly restores the strength and confidence needed for independence. And while step-ups fortify your lower body, the next exercise delivers an unexpected surprise, showing that training the upper body can be just as important for keeping your balance steady. Most people believe fall prevention is only about leg strength, but here's the unexpected truth. Your arms and shoulders often determine whether a stumble ends safely or results in a serious fall. The natural reaction when you trip is to reach forward or press against something for support. But if the upper body is weak, that instant of protection can fail. Research from the National Institute on Aging shows that older adults with low upper body strength are nearly twice as likely to suffer severe injuries when balance is lost. That's why wall push-ups with a pause are such a game changer. Unlike regular push-ups, this variation focuses on control and body awareness. By holding for 3 to 5 seconds at the bottom of each repetition, you build endurance in the arms, shoulders, and chest, while also improving proprioception, your sense of where your body is in space. This matters because many falls don't happen from weak legs alone, but from slow or ineffective reactions in the upper body. Stronger arms and sharper awareness can mean grabbing a railing in time instead of hitting the floor. The exercise itself is simple. Stand facing a wall with arms extended, palms flat at shoulder height. Step your feet back slightly, bend your elbows, and slowly lower your chest toward the wall. Pause for 3 to 5 seconds, then push back to the start. Aim for 10 to 15 repetitions. The pause is what makes it powerful. It forces both muscles and nerves to stay engaged longer, building real resilience. As you progress, move your feet farther away or rise onto your toes during the hold. These adjustments increase difficulty without stressing your joints. Always keep the pace slow and controlled. Rushing reduces benefits and raises risk. Just a few minutes a day can strengthen not only your arms, but also the nervous system pathways that help protect you in daily life. What's even more remarkable is the impact on the brain. Studies show that resistance holds improve muscular strength while also enhancing memory and concentration. The mental focus needed to maintain position under tension stimulates both body and mind. In other words, every pause at the wall is training for physical protection and sharper thinking. So let me ask, do you feel your arms are strong enough to shield you if you slip? Or do you sometimes notice weakness when lifting or pushing? Comment with 1 if you feel confident, or 0 if you know there's room for improvement. We read every response, and your answer may inspire someone else. And while you're here, don't forget to subscribe to the Health Lab channel so you never miss practical tips that keep you safe and independent. Wall push-ups with a hold may look simple, but they address a hidden weakness that walking alone cannot fix. And next you'll see how even sitting in a chair can be transformed into a powerful exercise to rebuild leg strength and preserve independence. Most people associate sitting with rest, but with the right approach, a chair can become a surprisingly effective training tool. Seated leg raises with resistance engage the hip flexors, quadriceps, and core muscles, the very muscles that let you climb stairs, rise smoothly from a low seat, and walk with confidence. When these areas weaken, simple tasks become challenging, and balance begins to decline. A study published in the Journal of Gerontology showed that strengthening the hip flexors improves stair climbing ability in older adults by more than 30%. That's a remarkable benefit for such a small move. This exercise also addresses hidden imbalances. Many older adults unconsciously favor one leg over the other, which gradually leads to uneven strength. Walking or biking won't solve this, since both legs work together. But seated raises isolate each leg, requiring equal effort on both sides. The outcome is a steadier gait and reduced strain on hips and knees. Here's how to perform it. Sit tall on a sturdy chair with both feet flat on the floor. Attach a light ankle weight or wrap a resistance band if available. Slowly extend one leg until it is straight. Hold for 2 to 3 seconds, then lower it back down with control. Aim for 10 to 15 reps, then switch sides. Maintain an upright posture and avoid jerky movements. If you are a beginner, start without resistance. As you progress, add repetitions or light weights for an extra challenge. Proper breathing makes the movement smoother. Inhale as the leg lifts, exhale as it lowers. This rhythm not only engages your core, but also keeps you relaxed. Therapists often teach this technique because it reduces strain and creates a calm, controlled flow. There's another advantage: circulation. Contracting and releasing the thigh muscles works like a pump, pushing blood back to the heart. This helps reduce swelling in the feet and ankles and keeps circulation active during long sitting periods. For those who spend hours reading or watching TV, this move breaks up sedentary time and transforms it into recovery time. Consistency is the secret. Just a few minutes each day builds the muscles you need to stand with ease, climb stairs without hesitation, and walk with a quicker, smoother stride. Stronger hips and thighs not only lower the risk of falls, but also reduce dependence on others for daily needs. What may seem like a small exercise from a chair is actually a foundation for independence. Seated leg raises with resistance prove that strength can be developed even while sitting. They boost stability, correct imbalances, and stimulate circulation, all with minimal equipment. And when paired with healthy daily habits, they prepare your body for the final exercise, one that targets the calves, often called the second heart, for their essential role in balance and blood flow. Your calves may look small compared to larger muscles, yet they are often called the body's second heart. Every time they contract, they help pump blood upward toward the heart, reducing swelling and supporting healthy circulation. When calf strength declines, circulation slows, balance becomes shaky, and even mental sharpness can be affected. In other words, this one muscle group influences far more than just walking. Standing heel raises with a balance challenge are one of the most effective ways to strengthen these underrated muscles. By lifting the heels and pausing briefly at the top, you train both endurance and stability. Done consistently, this exercise helps reduce swelling in the lower legs, lowers fall risk, and improves reaction speed. Adding an extra challenge, such as raising one leg or closing the eyes, forces the nervous system to adapt, boosting blood vessel flexibility and even cognitive function. In fact, researchers have shown that single leg variations can slow or even reverse markers of vascular aging, an incredible result for such a simple movement. Take Linda, a 72-year-old grandmother who loves spending time cooking for her family. She often felt her legs were heavy and swollen, and sometimes she experienced dizziness. Walking gave her some relief, but she still felt unsafe on stairs. On the advice of her therapist, she started practicing heel raises at her kitchen counter. At first, she could only manage a few before her calves burned, but she added 1 or 2 more every week. After 3 months, the difference was dramatic. Her legs felt lighter, the swelling decreased, and she even noticed clearer memory. Most importantly, she no longer feared tripping while carrying trays of food. You can start in the same way. Stand tall, with feet hip-width apart, lightly holding onto a chair or counter. Slowly lift your heels off the ground until standing on your toes. Hold the top position for 2 to 3 seconds, then lower back down with control. Repeat 10 to 15 times. As your strength grows, try doing the movement on one leg at a time or reduce hand support to challenge your balance. Another variation is closing your eyes briefly at the top, which forces your body to rely on internal signals rather than vision. Always progress gradually and stop if you feel pain instead of normal muscle fatigue. This is an exercise that easily fits into everyday routines. You can do it while brushing your teeth, waiting for the kettle to boil, or standing in line. The effort is minimal, but the rewards are significant. Stronger calves mean steadier walking, better circulation, and sharper thinking. It's a powerful reminder that even the simplest movements, when practiced with consistency, can preserve independence and vitality well into the later years. With this final exercise, you now have a complete routine designed to strengthen balance, stability, and quality of life beyond 60. Today, you've discovered that walking by itself is not enough to keep your legs strong after 60. From standing on one leg to practicing step-ups, from controlled wall push-ups to seated leg lifts, and finally to heel raises. Each movement strengthens your body, sharpens balance, and restores confidence. Together, they create an easy routine you can perform right at home without any special equipment. The reality is that lasting independence doesn't come from a single pill or test, but from consistent daily habits that keep your muscles active, your nerves responsive, and your circulation healthy. Give these exercises a try, pay attention to the improvements, and celebrate every bit of progress along the way. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these moves are already part of your routine, and which one will you begin today? Share your answer in the comments. And if this video gave you value, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss the next tip on staying strong, steady, and independent.